Health's coming along as well, too. All good signs heading into 2026. We hope that's the case for you as you join us on this wonderful day for basketball. And right out of the gate, we get a quick whistle. They left her in South Florida to make sure she's ready to go for the key 3-game homestand coming up in the ACC. Hey, Wenzel, first look for Virginia Tech, and it pays off. Going back to the MAC days. We'll talk about that as we go a little deeper into this thing, but not their first meetings in ACC competition. And there's a bucket. Nelson working it far side. Single digits on the shot clock. From the corner, there's the true show.
Scorer and been playing so well with so much confidence lately.
A couple of the key contributors already with a bucket apiece for Virginia Tech. And here's a turnaround. How about that shot? Prime location, right? Right along that area where she has been incredibly effective. Right up against the bucket, but that's defended well, and it's going to be Hokies basketball.
Get some guard help on the outside.
Feed inside to Daly, but it goes back out top. Wenzel, nothing but the twine. And he puts it on the floor, and that's a nice job to use the window. This anything but drained from three-point land, and Virginia Tech on a run. 94-95, spent a couple of years right here. She said, I spent a lot of time at Virginia Tech in those days. This is where you came when you were looking for something to do.
So much success getting to the free throw line. I believe they're third in the conference at doing so. So they might be a little bit used to doing that, but not having success getting there to start. Need to try to get something else. That's a good touchdown low.
Raviv kicks it inside. Good use of the body to go reverse on that.
That group together, it's hard coming in the ACC, a huge league, but being able to recruit what she was, wow, stop me in my tracks with that block.
Don't think so. However, the possession goes the Hokies' way in the end after all. No holes in that interior defense just yet. Found one for pass, and the finish is true as well. Good job.
That was a good read. They knew that Virginia Tech was going to double down low, so they were really ready to pass the ball off to the four.
From the corner, well defended by the Canes. Looking to run. Solid defense by Wenzel. For all the things we talked about offensively. Slowed up into the grasp of Raviv. She'll stop and pop, but it's off the mark. Nelson pulls it down. Boy, one thing. Virginia Tech, an early spurt in this game. They've stayed out front. They're by 5 at the moment. And this is still up for grabs. Hokies grab the handle. Wenzel calling for it. There's one. Closing in on the midway point of the second quarter. And that one's going to miss everything. We were talking to some of the Miami people today in the shoot-around, and they were mentioning what a ghost town it is there on campus with everybody headed to the different locations on the pursuit of the football title. So I like it. You know it well right here in Hokie Land, right? The way these fans have rallied around this program. Of course, Liz Kitley alongside, who helped lead this program to Dallas.
Not really able to hit a three or too much going on inside. So props to Virginia Tech and their defense and also their confidence on offense.
Well, 4 turnovers, also a big difference maker in these moments. Tamara?
Liz brought up the confidence that she sees in the Hokies right now. I'm seeing that new bounce that Coach Duffy talked about during pregame. She mentioned that this break did her team good.
Miami player to fight for that rebound and get the foul call.
Yeah, just about everything she has touched so far going her way in this one. It's embarking out some directions. It's single digits on the shot clock now. Baker. All that communication eventually pays off.
Moving out of them, especially right now when they don't exactly have a rhythm on offense. I'm sure they'll be looking to get that the next possession.
Daly tries it on the other end of the floor with a very different result. Get sometimes that everything doesn't revolve around basketball for these young student athletes.
Oh, it definitely does not. I can attest to that in a big way.
2 on the shot clock. Would have been perfect, but it wouldn't fall. How about this second effort, though? Totally what the Hokies bargained for. Adjustments coming out of the locker room that you expect first for Miami.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it right now. Kyle being aggressive down low. I think Coach Kolb is exactly right. That's what they're going to need more of, and continuing to be aggressive on the offensive glass. In turn, they're going to have to handle Virginia Tech's transition.
In double figures on either side through a half-plus now of action, and that's going to be right in the hands of the Canes. And slowing it up.
Creating the best shot possible is going to be really important for them.
Oh, and that three-point mark, now 0 for 9 when you watch it for Miami continue to grow. This is just inside the three-point line, but a distant shot that finally goes down.
Yep, and there's Kyla Freelon in transition with the answer again. Mckenzie Nelson has been so good at that pass up the floor this year.
Intent to trade them as the lead is steady at 12. Inside, Kyle's there, uses the glass beautifully.
That was a great reception from Kyle. You can see her working really hard in transition to keep up with Freelon on the other end.
That worked at the 10, but again, I'll say it.
Some stops on defense in order to fully gain control of this game.
Daly has 8 with the good work she just did on Virginia Tech's offensive end. She avoids the foul here.
She's been a great scorer for them. A really good transfer, good pickup from Coach Kolb, so good to see her being aggressive to start the second half.
One of a handful of key. Got to be somewhat disheartening for Miami right now, Liz. They tried to take a chunk out of Virginia Tech's lead. Instead, Hokies have had some type of answer on the other end. Nelson, true from downtown.
It's been an exhausting start to the second half.
Add it all up. It's a growth. Tech has put together this 6-0 run. Just 3 to shoot. Defender goes to the deck, leaves all kind of open real estate.
A little bit more fuel to the fire on each side. It's going to be a really good one on Sunday.
ACC action heating up. Certainly has been inside Castle today. Miami with an answer on this end of the floor.
Never wavered not having their leader on the floor, and that's a really good sign from a team that doesn't have as much experience.
Yeah, she returns with the lead steady at 16. And you can tell right there the 3 fouls are in effect with the way she had to defend. Virginia Tech has utilized a couple of different times in this game. 1 to shoot. That'll reset the shot clock. And how about this? Possession save.
Might have got hit in the face, but you wouldn't know it by the way she finished that.
Well, and Wenzel being back on the floor, making a difference because she was the one able to put the shot up.
Get the last possession, get some momentum going into the fourth perhaps.
This possession to win the third quarter. And forcing it off the glass. Tippner coming to life late in the contest.
Yeah, she's been really impressive in the last couple of minutes. Something that this Miami team has seen from her before. She was able to do.
See what it does as we wade into the fourth period. We're looking for a little help there initially. Now deciding to take it to the bucket. Proved to be the better option on the other end. Look at this full sequence.
Yeah, there's Kyle using that left arm to block that defender going up strong. As a former defender in the ACC, I know myself that's a really hard shot to block.
Looking to add a little more. Instead, it holds at 53-41. There's a window there to shoot. Sometimes that makes it a little tougher. Rims off. Nothing tough about that. 16 points, 4 of 6 from behind the arc, 6 of 9 from the floor for Wenzel in this one. And remember, limited time in the third quarter.
Kyle able to draw that foul.
I can say this about the officials. They're getting raised eyebrows on both sides. That usually means they're calling it both ways. Here's a whistle, and this is going to be an and one chance coming for Miami. So look at what happened.
Going up strong on that play, a turnaround, using her body.
Quick pass inside. Well, in the end,
yeah, that was a great call from Coach Kolb. Great pass from Kyle and a great strong finish from Osho. Looks on defense, they've been intentional about running plays on offense, and that's led them to more success than they had in the first half.
Yeah, still within the realm of possibilities, a Miami comeback, and that'll make it a little more likely. Very nice contest tonight. So now playing in that difficult scenario. And, you know, keep in mind, that's a three-point swing right there. That had the potential to be an and one if the call goes the other way. Still playing with force.
As aggressive as she would be on the shot blocking front.
The Lead 4. This would make it 7. It will. Timely 3 from Mckenzie Nelson. Osho picks up her dribble. She can get it to Kyle. Quick turnaround. Just enough disruption there.
Followed the game plan, kind of let it go baseline when the double was coming from the middle, but regardless.
Inbound coming from the baseline with 6 to shoot. Something quick for Miami. Adams. Down by as many as 18 in this second half. Miami looks for the lead, connecting on only a second 3-ball.
Look at this last play. Raviv showing that confidence, getting the 3 at the second one of the night, but a great time to do it.
Now closing in on 80 seconds to go in a tie contest. Possession arrow would keep it on this end of the floor. Miami leads. 1 minute to respond for the Hokies. Nice feed. True finish.
What a play. That was such a good pass from Carleigh Wenzel. Saw so much composure and patience in that possession.
Down to 7. Nelson. That's swatted away by Kyle. And Miami calling for a timeout with 2 seconds. Raviv is going to trigger the inbound. Into Kyle. Quick turnaround. And she's not able to work one through ahead of the horn.
Yeah, you speak of momentum. Miami definitely has that momentum going into this overtime period, and that's going to be really important when you only have a certain amount of possessions you can get out of it.
I go to your point a moment ago, Liz. Miami squarely enjoying the momentum right now, and that will build on it.
Completely different look than we saw in the first half and even the third quarter. But things really starting to fall for them.
Much needed bucket. Another fruitful possession for the Canes. And how about this attack? 13. Kempson 14. Kyle, of course, leading the way with 20. And Kyle disrupts this, but it's back in the hands of the Hokies. And free line, Kyle 20. The trio of leaders scoring-wise. And speaking of the scoring leader, she's got more coming. An and one chance.
The open, hear that double. You see Karis Baker doing everything she can, but Kyle just able to grab that ball and finish strong.
And that's where she sits in the overtime period. 23 points to lead all scorers. Miami surges back from